Welcome to the deep dive. Thailand's marketing technology scene. Well, it's really taken off. You see all these tools popping up, promising smarter marketing, more personalized stuff.
It's definitely exciting.
For sure. But if you're a foreign business looking to jump in, there are these sort of hidden risks, common mistakes people make. They can cost you.
Right. Time, money, even legal trouble down the line.
So think of this as your guide to navigating that time MarTech world, hopefully without, falling into those traps.
Exactly. We've been looking at this Our Greenfish report, MarTech Adoption in Thailand. Hidden Risks for Foreign Businesses came out February 2025. And it really highlights where foreign companies often trip up. So our plan today is to unpack that, maybe dig a bit deeper.
And give you some actionable strategies.
Yeah, exactly. Help you make sure those MarTech investments actually will pay off in Thailand, give you the efficiency and growth you're looking for.
Okay, let's get into it. First up, the report talks about social media. You just can't ignore it in Thailand.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's huge. We're talking Line, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. They're central to everything.
I really dominate the landscape.
Now, the immediate thought is great, massive audience, but the report flags some real issues if you rely only on these platforms.
It's an interesting tension, isn't it? That massive reach comes with a certain vulnerability.
How so?
Well, think about algorithm changes. We see it all the time, right? Suddenly your organic reach just tanks overnight.
Right.
Or maybe less likely, but still possible, a platform gets banned. Plus, ad costs on these big platforms, they generally only go one way.
Up.
Up, exactly.
Right. And this next point really got me thinking. The data you get on those platforms, it isn't truly your data, is it?
No, you're playing in their sandbox. The report really emphasizes that limitation on collecting first-party data, direct info from your customers.
So if all the interaction's happening on Facebook or Line...
You don't own that relationship, essentially, which makes things like retargeting much harder.
Or plugging it into your own CRM, your customer relationship management system.
Precisely. It hinders that deep personalization everyone's aiming for. And now there are also evolving regulations around digital ads in Thailand to think about.
Okay, so it's a bit of a balancing act then. How do you leverage social media's power without becoming totally dependent?
Well, the report suggests focusing hard on building your own channels for first-party data.
Like your website.
Your website, definitely. A mobile app, maybe loyalty programs, places where you interact directly and people share data with you.
Makes sense. And then you use your MarTech, like CRM and maybe AI tools.
To actually leverage that data you own, create those really tailored experiences that go beyond what the social platforms can offer natively.
And diversification too, right? Don't put all eggs in the social basket.
Absolutely. The report mentions owned media, like your website again, email lists, mobile apps as crucial parts of the mix.
Okay, moving on. The report gets into the legal side, specifically Thailand's Personal Data Protection Act, the PDPA.
Ah, yes, the PDPA. Crucial stuff.
Now, if you're coming from Europe, you might think, okay, GDPR, we're covered. But the report says, hold on.
Yeah, that's a potentially very costly assumption. Assuming GDPR compliance equals PDPA compliance is risky.
Sounds like a bit of a minefield. Why? What are the key differences?
Well, first, PDPA enforcement is still kind of evolving, so there's some uncertainty there. But critically, there are specific differences.
Like what?
Like the need for really explicit consent for data collection and use. And there are particular rules around cross-border data transfers that aren't exactly aligned with GDPR.
And if you mess this up?
The penalties can be significant. The report mentions fines up to 5 million Thai baht.
Wow, that's about, what 140,000 US?
Roughly, yeah. Plus the risk of lawsuits. It's serious business.
Definitely not something to brush aside. So practically, what should a foreign business do?
Get local legal help. The report strongly advises engaging Thai legal experts who really know PDPA inside out.
Makes sense. You need that local expertise.
Absolutely. And implement really solid data governance policies. Clear processes for getting that explicit consent, secure data storage, the whole package.
And the MarTech tools themselves.
Look for solutions that have features built in to help. Things like data encryption, anonymization options, and ways to track compliance. That can make life easier.
Okay, so we've covered social media reliance and data privacy. Now let's talk tech integration, or as the report calls it, integration nightmares.
Yeah, that's a common headache. Trying to make global MarTech tools play nice with the local Thai infrastructure.
Because it's different, right? In the West, maybe you rely heavily on Salesforce, HubSpot, Marketo.
Right, those big global players. But in Thailand, there's a whole ecosystem of popular local tools.
Which ones does the report mention?
Things like Line Official Account, which is huge, Choco CRM, Ready Planet, tools that are really widely used by Thai businesses.
And the nightmare part comes when your global system doesn't talk to the local one.
Exactly. Incompatibility is a big issue. You end up with fragmented data, customer info stuck in one system, other bits in another. They don't communicate.
Creating data silos makes getting a complete customer view impossible.
Totally. And personalization goes out the window. Plus, the report notes that many Thai-developed MarTech tools might have limited API support.
APIs. Those are the bridges between software, right? Application programming interfaces.
Basically, yeah. Think of them as standardized ways for software to share data. If those APIs are limited or non-existent,
Syncing data becomes a massive chore, like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole.
pretty much, it really hinders smooth operation.
So how do you dodge this bullet?
Prioritize MarTech tools with open APIs. That's key. And look for ones that can actually show they integrate well with those key Thai platforms.
Do your homework, basically.
Definitely. And consider working with local MarTech consultants. People who really understand the Thai digital ecosystem can be invaluable.
They'd know which tools actually work together.
Exactly. And finally, have a clear, centralized data management strategy so all your different platforms can ideally communicate effectively.
Okay, this next point from the report is interesting. MarTech fatigue. The idea that maybe Thai businesses are actually buying too much tech.
Yeah, it's counterintuitive, isn't it? More tech doesn't always mean more efficiency.
You can end up overloaded.
Right. The report highlights this issue of underutilization. Companies buy these sophisticated tools.
And then barely use half the features.
Exactly. Some research suggests less than 50% often gets used. It's like paying for a gym membership you never use.
Wasted money on subscriptions for shelfware, essentially.
Precisely. Unnecessary operational costs.
And it's not just the cost, is it? There's a human side, too.
Absolutely. If you throw too many complex systems at your employees without proper support,
They get overwhelmed, they resist.
and adoption rates plummet, the tech just sits there or gets used poorly because it's too complex or people weren't trained properly.
So how do you combat this MarTech overload?
Well, first step, audit what you have. The report recommends a thorough MarTech audit.
Figure out what's actually being used, what's redundant.
Exactly. Identify the tools you can potentially cut. Then, crucially, invest in proper, comprehensive employee training.
So people actually know how to use the tools effectively.
Yes. Maximize the value you get from the tools you do keep. And finally, think lean.
A lean MarTech stack.
Yeah. Focus on the essentials tailored for the Thai market. Good CRM, solid automation, analytics, social commerce tools. The core stuff you really need, rather than just collecting shiny objects.
Okay, so let's sort of tie this all together. The report gives a good summary of recommendations for foreign businesses,
It does. It really circles back to the key themes.
like the need for that multi-channel strategy, not just social media. Think email, owned websites, maybe apps.
Right. Diversify beyond just renting space on social platforms and the absolute necessity of PDPA compliance.
Get local legal advice, manage data carefully, no cutting corners there.
Definitely not. Then there's the tech stack itself. Choose carefully. Balance global and local, focus on integration.
Make sure things actually connect and work together.
And don't forget the people. Training and onboarding your team is critical for success. Tech is only as good as the people using it.
That's a great point.
And finally, it's not set and forget. Continuously monitor, optimize, make sure your MarTech is actually supporting your business goals and giving you a decent ROI.
So the big takeaway seems to be MarTech in Thailand. Huge potential. Loads of opportunity for efficiency, better marketing.
For sure.
But, and it's a big but, foreign businesses really need to be aware of these unique Thai challenges.
Yeah, that dependency on social media, the specifics of PDPA, those integration hurdles, and even the risk of just buying too much tech. You need to go in with your eyes open.
Understanding these risks, using the kinds of strategies we've talked about, that's how you navigate it effectively.
That's how you maximize your marketing efficiency, avoid those headaches, and achieve, real sustainable growth in the Thai market.
Okay, so to wrap up, here's a final thought for you to consider, building on all this. Think about the MarTech ecosystem you choose to build in Thailand. Will it end up locking your customer data into separate platform silos? Or will it foster a more holistic, unified view of your Thai customers?
That's a critical question.
How will that fundamental choice impact your ability to truly understand and serve those customers as Thailand's digital landscape keeps changing? Something to mull over. Thanks for tuning in to The Deep Dive.